Leave it to DeWanna the Scammer Bonner to take shots at Caitlin Clark fans, to take shots at Indiana Fever fans.
It's been tough, you know, it's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying and things like that, but just thankful for my teammates.
Who knew that fans reacting to a player quitting on their team is now cyberbullying?
Phoenix Mercury knew they were getting DeWanna Bonner while she was still under contract for the Indiana.
Nakedly called Fever fans, and thus by proxy, Caitlin Clark fans racist. Because there were no Fever fans before Caitlin Clark.
2 minutes ago, trust Dana, the scammer Bonner, to fire shots at Caitlin Clark fans and at Fever supporters, even as she coasts her way into the WNBA Finals.
So DeWanna Bonner went out there last night, decided to play the victim card, and then accuse an entire fan base of being a bully.
Last night, Dana Bonner took the court, painted herself as the victim, and accused an entire fan base of bullying her. It's been a whirlwind. It's been tough, she said, pointing to so-called cyberbullying as the source of her struggles.
Oh man, I don't know if I've overcome it yet. It's been like a whirlwind, but yeah, it's been tough, you know, it's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying, things like that, but just thankful for my teammates.
But let's be real, this isn't cyberbullying. Fans reacted to a player walking out on her team, and they had every right to voice their frustration. Calling that bullying is nothing more than gaslighting.
I'm just curious for you. I mean, I know that this season for you has been a roller coaster mentally.
Oh boy, tell me about it.
Would you be able to sort of take us through those sort of that mental hurdle and sort of how rewarding it feels now to sort of overcame what you overcame now that you're heading back to the WNBA Finals once again?
Oh man, I don't know if I've overcome it yet. It's been like a whirlwind, but yeah, it's been tough, you know, it's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying, things like that, but just thankful for my teammates.
Bonner wasn't attacked. She was criticized for quitting. And instead of owning her decision, she's hiding behind a narrative that shifts blame onto the very fans who supported her until she walked away.
Who knew that fans reacting to a player quitting on their team is now cyberbullying? This is gaslighting to the fullest extent. DeWanna Bonner didn't get cyberbullied. Fans called her out for her nonsense. Fans called her out for being a quitter. Fans called her out for running to her booth thing in Phoenix. Fans called her out for ignoring her teammates and not even saying goodbye. Fans called her out for taking the money and running.
She went on social media and immediately faced a wave of hostility, not from real supporters, but from people posing as fans. The backlash began the moment she joined the Fever, and she's been complaining about it ever since.
She logged on to social media and was getting so much abuse from people that she thought were her fans, but were actually not her fans. They just hate the Fever. As soon as you join the Fever, you're the enemy. People that she thought were going to be on her side, and they began to hate her. And then she didn't like that. And then she was stinking it up even more. Lexi Hull came into the starting lineup for her. She was pissed off on the bench.
And now leave it to Dana the Scammer Bonner to take cheap shots at Caitlin Clark supporters and at Indiana Fever fans in general, right as she heads to the WNBA Finals. True to form, she flips the script to make herself the victim, as if we're the ones who wronged her.
New York Liberty, this is why I was mad at y'all. This is why I was mad y'all let them bump y'all first round, because I knew we would have to keep hearing from this lady. Now she's just playing the fans. She used her moment.
Let's not forget, her partner, Alyssa Thomas, openly branded Fever fans, and by extension Clark fans, as racist. That's the reality Bonner would rather bury while spinning her victim narrative.
Nakedly called Fever fans, and thus by proxy, Caitlin Clark fans racist. Because there were no Fever fans before Caitlin Clark showed up. Said they're hurling slurs from the crowd that only you can hear. Racial slurs. You branded her entire fan base racist, and it stuck because the media wanted it to stick.
She just accused the entire Indiana Fever fan base and Caitlin Clark supporters of being bullies simply because we held her accountable for quitting on the franchise. Let's be clear, that's not bullying, that's accountability.
She just accused the entire Indiana Fever fan base, the entire Caitlin Clark fan base, of being bullies because we called her out for quitting on the franchise. I have been paying attention to sports for 50 years. This is the most egregious case of an athlete quitting on a team I've ever seen. Now, if there was actual sports talk radio over the WNBA, oh man.
Her response? It's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying and things like that. But I'm thankful for my teammates, my family, my kids. I don't think I'm over it, but I'm just going to live in this moment.
Just thankful for my teammates, my family, my kids. I don't think I'm over it, but I'm just gonna live in this moment with them. And I've been riding the wave of them and how much they love it. And, you know, they brought joy back to me just watching them play that way and welcome me like that. But just one game at a time, one step at a time, each day, one day at a time. Alyssa probably gets the most. Like, some days I'm just like, I don't have it, you know?
Fans weren't cyberbullying. They were pointing out the truth. She quit. She ran off to Phoenix to be with her boyfriend, left her teammates hanging, and cashed the checks on her way out. That's not harassment. It's calling out actions that betrayed the franchise and the fans.
Seemed planned, if you ask me. All right, I'm going to go to Indiana. I'm going to get this max contract. I'm going to get paid. And then when the time comes, I'll ask for my way out. I'll get my way out because that's what they'll do. It's the WNBA. They do what I tell them to do. And then I'll just go to Phoenix and I'll compete over there. Seemed very calculated of the moves. DeWanna Bonner, you calculated your moves well. Good for you.
She walked away from a sub-500 team that's now one win from the finals without her. The truth is simple. The Fever improved when Bonner was out of the picture.
With Lexi playing over, and the Indiana Fever weren't very good. They weren't very good. With Kaylin injured, they weren't very good. And then she quit. They were sub-500 when she quit. Like, she quit on a sub-500 team that are one game away from making the finals right now without her. The Indiana Fever got better without her, no question about it. Absolutely no question about it. But there's something up with this.
This wasn't cyberbullying, it was accountability. You were cashing checks while refusing to show up, and fans had every right to call that out.
We called you out because you was getting payment and refusing to show up in games. You was literally refusing. Stephanie White was going to the media and lying to all of the people every day for you. What are you talking about?
And when you tried to go after Caitlyn, of course those clips blew up. People actually care now, and her fan base wasn't going to let that slide. That's not harassment. That's the spotlight. You just couldn't handle it.
Plays like this, when you were coming after Caitlyn, trying to bully her, those plays are going to go viral, and her fans are going to come after you. People care about the game now. You played almost 15 years in this league with nobody cared about any of the games. It was a shock to you.
You walked away, got called out for wanting to join your girlfriend's team, and now you're trying to reframe the backlash as bullying. Shame on you.
Tell me what you think, DeWanna Bonner. Oh, she's the victim. You Indiana Fever fans, you Caitlin Clark fans, you bullied her. Shame on you. You got called out for quitting and wanting to play with your girlfriend.
Your response was, I went through a lot, especially the cyberbullying and things like that. But I'm thankful for my teammates, my family, my kids. Just one game at a time, one step at a time.
I'm just curious for you. I mean, I know that this season for you has been a roller coaster mentally.
Oh boy, tell me about it.
Would you be able to sort of take us through those sort of that mental hurdle and sort of how rewarding it feels now to sort of overcame what you overcame now that you're heading back to the WNBA finals once again?
But critics aren't buying it. To them, this is just using cyberbullying as a shield, a way of saying, don't hold me accountable, don't call me out on my nonsense. Instead of owning the situation, it feels like deflection.
Don't address what I did this season. It's cyberbullying. You guys better be nice to me. Don't be critical of anything I did. Don't be critical of my decisions. It's cyberbullying. Oh, it must be nice to just run underneath cyberbullying. It must be nice. It must be nice.
At the end of the day, something went down here. There needs to be at least an investigation, because the way she maneuvered her way to Phoenix doesn't add up.
And Alyssa Thomas is telling her to come to Phoenix. Phoenix refused to trade for her. They didn't want to give up any pieces. So she made up a stink.
She chose her moment carefully, right as her team advanced to the WNBA finals, knocking out the Minnesota Lynx, to take shots at Caitlin Clark's supporters.
on her way to the WNBA finals. Of course, she's going to make it about us. Of course, she's going to play victim and act like we have done something to her. This is nasty, nasty work. See,
meanwhile, her partner Alyssa Thomas openly labeled Fever fans, and by extension Clark's fan base, as racist. That's the narrative Bonner is now hiding behind.
Nakedly called Fever fans, and thus by proxy, Caitlin Clark fans, racist. Because there were no Fever fans before Caitlin Clark showed up. Said they're hurling slurs from the crowd that only you can hear. Racial slurs.
She's trying to spin accountability as bullying. That's not bullying, that's being called out for her own actions. Plenty of people deal with real cyberbullying, but instead of owning up, she hides behind that label as a shield. And then, on the biggest stage, she chose to use her finals moment not to celebrate, but to take shots at Caitlin Clark fans.
She just accused the entire Indiana Fever fan base, the entire Caitlin Clark fan base, of being bullies because we called her out for quitting on the franchise.
It's been tough, you know. It's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying, things like that. But just thankful for my teammates.
We are using the shield of cyberbullying to say, don't talk to me like that. Don't hold me accountable. It's cyberbullying. Don't call me out on my nonsense. It's cyberbullying.
On her way to the WNBA finals. Of course, she's going to make it about us. Of course, she's going to play victim and act like we have done something to her.
As recently as this All-Star weekend, but several times last year, nakedly, not innuendo, not intimated, nakedly called Fever fans, and thus by proxy, Caitlin Clark fans, racist.
Alyssa Thomas didn't just go after the Fever, she branded their fans, and by extension, Caitlin Clark's fans, as racist. That's the real story behind DeWanna Bonner's so-called victim game. Don't fall for the spin. Hit like, subscribe, and share so more fans hear the truth.